What's up? What's up? What's up, guys? Welcome back to Two in the Zone. You have myself, AC. Dead Prez is running a couple minutes behind, but he just hopped on a private jet. He's gonna be here sooner rather than later. But we're gonna get into the big game tonight, right? First thing I want to talk about, though, because we only have about an hour before the game. But our sponsor, Seven Stack Sports, I'm gonna let you know right now. This is a crazy, crazy deal. If you are a new customer with Seven Stack Sports, he's going to give you a free bet on this game. Whether you like UNC +4, whether you like Kansas money line, -4, the over, the under, first half, whatever the case may be, he is going to give that first bet for the national title game tonight, which starts in about an hour, for free. Again, that is Seven Stack Sports, the best book on Twitter. It is not even close. For those who don't know, they do reduced juice lines -105. They do same day payouts when you're using cryptocurrency. So Ethereum, Bitcoin, you get paid the same day. And then they're the most reputable book on Twitter. Myself and Dad, we've been partnering with them for about a year now. We're close to 100 episodes with them. We really stand by their, reputation, their customer service, their reliability. They always pay on time, no matter what. All right, so before we get into tonight's games here, Dead is on his way, by the way. I just want to do a quick recap on my Saturday plays. So I went 2-1 in the Final Four. I was on Villanova, unfortunately, but I hit the over. That was pretty easy. It hit with like 3 or 4 minutes left in the game, somewhat relatively close. And you know how college basketball is, a lot of free throws towards the end. And then the big play was UNC, and that was one of the better games, right? Everybody knows about the rivalry between Duke, North Carolina. That was actually the first time they ever met in a tournament setting. So that was really cool to see. UNC, Hubert Davis sent away Coach K, which is crazy. I thought they were going to rig it, so Duke was going to win. But honestly, it was a pretty competitive game. Caleb Love made a lot of big shots. Baycott did a lot of things on the board. I thought it was over when he hurt his knee, but that was a nice win by North Carolina. And then we'll get into tonight's games here. Before we do that, let me go ahead and get into some of the numbers for the season, right? Kansas, number 1 ranked team, 33-6 on the year. One of the elite teams. Their net differential is over 11 points, and that has not stopped in the tournament. They've just been killing guys. They beat Villanova by double digits. First couple rounds also were double digits. They're just a really solid team. Baycott for North Carolina is not going to be able to manhandle this front line. I really think McCormick and the rest of those boys are NBA ready. And, at 6'10", 250, there's no way he's going to get manhandled. Some stats here on North Carolina. They ended the year 29-9. They actually had a better against the spread record than Kansas, which is pretty surprising. Kansas was really just about 500 against the spread, 20-19. Again, both of these teams average about 78 points. North Carolina's defense is not as good. They give up more than 70 points, whereas Kansas is a sub-70 defense, which is really elite. Some stats I love to look into is assists, because if you're sharing the ball, if you're playing team basketball, especially in the tournament with your guard play, I think it speaks volume for Bill Self and that coaching staff. They average over 15.5 assists on the year. Very, very good there. UNC just under 15. Not a big difference, but, throughout the course of a season, those little numbers do make up a big deal. Obviously, we know North Carolina got hot at the right time, at the perfect time here. North Carolina. What's up, Dad?
What's up, brother?
What's up? Yeah, so I was just talking about North Carolina. Last 10 games, obviously, they're 9-1. They got hot. Perfect time, right in time for the tournament. But one thing that people forget really, really quickly is Kansas has been on fire all year long. In their last 10 games, they're obviously 10-0. And I don't know, man. I think we want to cheer for the underdog tonight. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I think Kansas and their size is gonna pull away. But
gonna catch up.
My guy, Dead Press Picks right there. He just got off the private jet. He is ready to talk about tonight's games. He was actually in New Orleans watching the Final Four game. So how are you, Dad?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. Yeah, happy to be back with Two in the Zone. I know last week we had a crazy schedule, both of us traveling. But yeah, just got in, so now I'm excited to kick back, relaxed, more calm environment. The Duke UNC game was an electric environment to be a part of. And as you know, an unbiased fan at that point, the true Duke and UNC fans, they were getting into it. It was a good time. It was a hell of a game. But yeah, for tonight, like you were saying, I think the size could definitely make an impact. And I think Bacot, you got to watch that ankle, right? Because it kind of, yeah, he rolled it at the end of that last game, and you can kind of play through that right at the moment because you're just playing on adrenaline. And I'm sure a shot helped him out for those last couple minutes. But now, a day off for that. I'm really curious to see how he goes. My favorite prop is McCormick over 11.5 in the game. Bacot's going to be the guy on him. But can Bacot avoid foul trouble, right? He fouled out against Duke. We've seen him in foul trouble this season. But for me, that McCormick prop is my strongest prop in this one.
All right, a couple questions for you, Dad. I know we've been doing this show now for basically all year long, college basketball. You are a bigger fan than I am, obviously, but I'm just looking at, some of the mock drafts because I'm an NBA guy, right? So mock drafts, we don't have any of these guys in the top 10, to be honest, maybe depending on what you look at. But right now, top 3 is Jabari Smith, Auburn, Chet Holmgren, Paolo Banchero. One thing about Paolo, though, he is skilled and he is, very talented, but Bacot was just manhandling. Like, Paolo plays pretty soft, in my opinion, even though he's super athletic. And you're not going to get that tonight with McCormick. Like, he's not going to back down.
No. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting point you make, right? Because it's 2 blue blood programs. You would kind of assume they have someone up there. I think as far as a college standpoint, I think Abaji's the most talented, current college player. I know Tshiebwe won College Player of the Year, but Abaji was right there. I mean, Big 12 Player of the Year. He's just a guy who, when he gets hot, I mean, it's we saw what they did against Nova. They didn't really miss from 3 in that first half. Yeah. And they shot north of 65%. This is a team who can really heat up offensively, but he's going to be the guy to watch. The scary thing with Carolina is these guards are playing so well. Like Caleb Love and RJ Davis, this is the best they've played in the Carolina uniform. And then we know Big Hot. Brady Manick's been great. I mean, I'd argue their starting 5 are as good as any in the country right now. Leaky Black, he's not really known, obviously, offensively, but he's going to pick up the assignment every night of their best player. I'm sure he'll be on Abaji tonight when he's in there. So, he's a hell of a defender. And this is a team that plays really a 6-man rotation. The only guy who gets minutes off of that bench typically is Puff Johnson. So these are starters that the key in this game is, can Bacot stay out of foul trouble, right? And if he can, I think UNC is going to keep it close. I think they cover in this one. But if he gets in, if he gets 2 in the first 10 minutes, you can't really afford to play the first. They have no depth. That's the issue with the Heels.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, this is first year for Hubert Davis. He's really just building the program back up. Huge win already for them to beat Duke, obviously, and make it to the national title game. But this was not expected, to be perfectly honest. I mean, they're the 8th seed. They kind of struggled throughout the season. Again, got hot at the right time. But this is where Kansas is supposed to be, right? This is like boom or bust every single season for Kansas. One thing I want to talk about is Bacot, man. I feel like I agree with you. So, if he needs to stay, if he doesn't want to get into foul trouble, I don't think he's going to be as aggressive. And I think that's going to hurt North Carolina. What are your thoughts?
It definitely could. That's another reason why I like the McCormick prop. I think he's going to be told, hey, early in that first half, 2 points is better than 2 fouls, right? So I think you might get some, gimme buckets for McCormick. And McCormick's a big physical center. Like, this guy's a unit inside. You kind of mentioned it with,
his body reminds me of your boy Joel Embiid in college.
There we go. That's always a good comparison. And offensively, he's a great offensive rebounder, as is Bacot. So I think both guys have the capability of scoring 20 plus in this game. But it's kind of like it's going to be a chess match between the two. Like, who wants to be the aggressor here? Because it's just as likely that Bacot can get McCormick into foul trouble, right? Like, he's very gifted offensively. So that's going to be the chess match, I think, in this one. Guard play, AC, I give the advantage clearly to Carolina with how they're playing. I mean, Caleb Love, he's been hotter than the left sink handle all tournament, right?
Is it me, or does he look like Buddy Hield? A little bit, just a little bit.
I gotta look for it. I don't know. I gotta look for it tonight, to see the comparison.
That's all you're gonna see after tonight.
He's shooting like Buddy Hield did in college, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's hitting everything from 3. He's been
and
deadly.
Beautiful finishes at the rim too in that game.
And that's the thing, off the bounce, he's been great. they're just a tough like team to match up with right now. That's why I'm taking them with the points tonight.
Okay.
And you kind of mentioned it too, I see, with them being an 8th seed. I feel like when they beat St. Peter's, that was everyone's Cinderella. It's not often, right, that we see an 8 seed get to the finals, and they've had to run through. They dethroned Baylor, right, last year's champion. They knocked off UCLA, who was in the Final Four last year, and then you end Coach K's career. Like, they've had really good wins, so I don't think the moment's going to be too big for them. Kansas, obviously, they might be the most talented. You could argue. I think Duke's more pure talent, but Kansas might be the toughest team they're playing. It's going to be a hell of a game. I think we see it stay close, and I think we see a lot of points.
I don't want to be a hater, but Duke definitely is the most talented, but Duke is going to Duke. I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hey, they didn't step up at this time of year. And, the thing was, and we've talked about this too, when Carolina beat Baylor in overtime, right? They blew one of the biggest leads in college tournament history.
Yeah.
And then they won it in overtime without Manic got ejected and Love fouled out. So, I mean, you were playing, and this is a team who plays a 6-man rotation. I think that proved how mentally tough this team is, how well coached they are. And there's just some teams are just destined for greatness. I mean, this is it in the case of Carolina.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Carolina definitely has that Cinderella feel to them.
Yep.
But sometimes we don't get that Hollywood fairy tale ending. I don't know. I think you and I are on opposite sides here. I just love the Kansas, the size, really.
Right.
I don't love their guard play. I don't like Remy Martin, even though he has the best name in college basketball. Agbaji, like you said, is a beast. I think he is slated as a lottery pick. But they need guards to get them the ball. And with Caleb Love, I mean, that guy is clutch. We've seen it over and over this tournament. I honestly didn't think he was this good. Maybe he's just playing out of his mind.
I think it's a combination. I mean, I always feel like this, and it could be, just the thought of it. But if you go to UNC, typically you're super, like, they usually recruit the cream of the crop, right? So
yeah,
I think coming out, this is kind of, I don't know if they expect him to be this good, but I just think they have that dog mentality. Like, Love hit that shot against Duke, right? And he did the same thing against UCLA. People forget UCLA was winning by 3 with less than a minute. Like, that was a big comeback that Carolina mounted in that game. They did the same with Duke. Every time Duke got a lead, they punched back. They're just a tough team. But I mean, I understand your angle too, right? With the size. That's why I went more to the prop. Baycott gets in foul trouble. It's going to be a tough game. That's how I see it.
All right, guys, just a couple minutes left. One thing I wanted to say before we get into our best bets, but 7 Sack Sports, give him a follow right now. He is actually giving out free plays. If you are a new customer tonight and you're betting on tonight's game, that bet is on them. Like, you don't have to pay anything, win or lose. Lose, it's not your money, but win, you get to double up. So, I mean, it's a great promotion right now. The best book in town. Again, just want to reiterate, they do reduced juice lines, same day payouts if you use cryptocurrency. And then, like I said, myself and Dad, we've been partnering with him for many, many months, almost a year now, almost coming up on 100 episodes. All right, man, let's get into the best bets. I know you like McCormick. Did you mean points or rebounds?
Yeah, so I took his points over at 11.5 this morning. I believe it jumped to 12 or 12.5 now.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't love it as much because that 12 could be a key number, right? Especially the big man. He's not going to be very forgiving at the line in this one, but I still would take it if you can get 12 flat some places. I like that as well. But for the show, AC, I'm going to throw out a Leaky Black prop here. Over 5.5 boards. He's been a guy who really can clean the glass. Like, this is his game. I'm going to give you an NBA comp because I know you're more of an NBA guy. PJ Tucker is his comp. He's going to be.
I love PJ, Texas Longhorn.
Yeah, he's playing your. Oh, there you go. He's playing your best, defending your best player. He wants to do the dirty things. He's not going to let it up offensively for you. Although, I mean, he can get involved like Tucker can. But yeah, give me his over on rebounds at 5.5.
All right, for me, I already posted it to my crew here, but I like the under tonight. I generally like unders in general in terms of big games, national titles, things like that, because I think the public is going to hammer the over, and we've kind of seen that a little bit today. But I still like the under. I think, like you said, I think they're going to have some feeling out to do, especially in those first 5-10 minutes. Hopefully, we get a slower paced game for my under to hit. And then the scary part, right, with college basketball is if it's a close game, you're going to have free throws. Yeah, you're going to have free throws. So maybe first half under if you don't want to, ride the rails with me. But I do like the full game under. Any final thoughts, Dad, before we close?
No, just everyone, please make sure to take advantage of Stacks promo. Obviously, that first bet on him is huge. It's the national championship, so bet as much as you can. We don't get college basketball again, AC, for north of 200 days, so you can get it all
Look
in
at
tonight.
you counting the days.
Counting the days, man. And we got MLB coming up, so look for some promotions with Stacks. He's going to do a bunch of opening day stuff. We're going to get MLB back on, and let's get back to it tomorrow.
All right, bro. Welcome back. Hope you had a great time in NOLA. We'll talk tonight.
All right. I'll see you guys.
Good luck, guys.